Hi everyone, thank you for having me here and thank you for that introduction. As he mentioned, I am Pallavi Bishnoi, and unlike the other revolutionaries I'm sharing the stage with today, I am an ordinary girl with an ordinary life and a seemingly ordinary job. But today, I'm going to use this platform to talk about a few lessons I've learned in my short career span, my unique role at Invest India, and hoping to inspire at least some of you to better define your personal growth story. Now, before I talk about Invest India, let me talk about how I started. I am a Delhi University graduate, like many of you. I joined a Big Four consultancy. While the job was fancy, the role wasn't challenging enough. I was floating on my growth curve even before it started moving upward. So within 6 months, I started looking for a change, and I landed up an opportunity at an extremely prestigious investment bank. It was aggressive, it was competitive, it made me travel to various cities, and the role challenged me to do better. I absolutely loved it. And after 4 years of a lucrative, well-paying corporate life, I realized my growth curve was stagnating again. I wasn't sure why I was doing what I was doing. Looking back now, I realize it was because I lacked a vision to understand what I wanted my growth story to look like, a vision to understand the kind of impact I wanted to create, a vision of who I wanted to be. Around this time, I stumbled upon Invest India. Now, Invest India is India's national investment promotion and facilitation agency under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Think of us as a government-funded business consultancy for foreign investors. Now, we were started in 2009, but back then we were a small investment query cell of about 3 to 4 members. With the launch of the Make in India campaign, we were completely revamped. Our vision was to become the one-stop shop for foreign investments in the country. So I walk in for my interview at Invest India, expecting to see a typical government office, and I see a few rented rooms in an industry chamber, and I see 20-odd youngsters working not just on chairs, but on tables, floors, honestly, any space they could find, and I was baffled. There was an energy in the room I can't explain, an energy to crack a system that seems stuck in time, an energy to create a nation that we'd be proud of. My last interview round at Invest India was with the vice presidents, and it happened in the managing director's cabin. And it was there that I met our managing director, Mr. Deepak Bagla. He spoke to me about his vision for Invest India. He spoke to me about his team's vision for a new India. I was sold. Before you knew it, I had quit my lucrative investment bank job, and I was on my way to join his vision for building a new India. A couple of months later, after my interview, I walk in. It's day 1 of the 3rd, possibly the most exciting, I'll be the lowest paying phase of my career, and I was ready to change lives. I was ready to build the nation of my dreams. I was ready to create an impact on unimaginable macro levels. I was ready to do work that created jobs, positively influenced my fellow countrymen. And my first task at this prestigious job was buying dustbins. Well, you see, we were changing offices. We were moving from 2 rented rooms to 5 bigger rented rooms in another building. And I was made to believe that this office and every tiny aspect of it had to look and feel a certain specific way. Why? Lesson number 1. It is the smallest of the smallest details that matter the most. It's the details that you feel will go unnoticed. It's the details that you don't want to waste your time and energy on. It's the details that you feel can be overlooked. It's these details that make a difference. It was imperative that our office reflected who we were. A young, dynamic team, corporate-like, professional, new age, that exuded confidence in the investors that walked in to invest in our new India. So we wanted to serve them the best possible coffee in the best possible cutlery, present our ideas on the best possible projectors. Our office looked more like Google than a government department. There's a certain cognitive dissonance that is associated with when a new investor walks into a rundown office. If they can't maintain their own workspace, can they take care of me? Can they take care of my company? If our office, the Invest India office, wasn't appealing to those who came from consultancies and investment banks, how can it appeal to those that walk in? Our office was the first face of new India these investors will see. There's a specific incident I recall on this. We had one of our first high-profile visits, the Deputy Prime Minister of Russia walk into our office. He walks in, and the first thing he says is, wow, is this carpet not wooden? Is this carpet? It's so comfortable to walk on. And we realized that something as simple as changing the carpet allowed us to start conversations, break the ice, and build relationships with even the most formidable of guests. Every deliverable from Invest India was expected to be top-notch. Our reports, our presentations, our briefing documents, our pitch reports had to be concise, easily readable, visually appealing, standardized. Content was extremely important, and we were good at it, but visual representation even more so. We gave our reports, our briefing documents, to every high-ranking government official in the system for every investor meeting they were having, even when they didn't ask for it. 4 years later, every key official in the system, including the Prime Minister's office, refers to our reports for investor meetings. By changing something as simple as how our briefing documents look like, we were able to get our inputs, our ideas, our thoughts, our suggestions into the most critical meetings being conducted at the highest levels in the government. We were able to drive India's investor relations. Now, at Invest India, as was mentioned earlier, one of the roles that I have is leading the South Korean corridor. Now, this corridor is extremely significant to India. Korea is one of our largest trade and investment partners. Think about it. Every day of your lives, you are exposed to or use a Korean product. Your mobile phones, your cars, your refrigerators, your ACs, everything is made by a Korean, mostly made in India now. And so I had to work on this extremely difficult corridor. I call it difficult because Koreans are peculiar. They're not as similar to the Western culture that I'd been working with before. There are very few women leaders in Korea. Koreans respect age, experience, hierarchy above everything else in the workplace. So why was I, one of the youngest women managers at Invest India, asked to lead the South Korean corridor? Lesson number 2. It is the smallest messages that will have the biggest impact. By presenting me as the lead of the South Korea team, by having me represent Team India when our Prime Minister traveled to Seoul, by having me interact with and pitch to the global CEOs of Korea's and possibly some of the world's largest conglomerates and investors, we were able to get a small but exceptionally effective message across. Our new India promoted women in the workforce. Our new India will be driven by more women leaders. Our new India valued its youth and valued ideas and on-ground hard work over age and traditional hierarchy. Now, let me backtrack a little. At the time when we were being revamped in 2015-16, we approached the World Bank. We weren't sure how to do it. So the World Bank bases their study of other global investment promotion agencies advised that to start out, to build out, we should hire industry leaders and experts who had 10 to 20 years of experience in various different fields. Our managing director decided to take a different route. He hired young professionals like me with new ideas, innovative solutions, and an unending passion to do something for their country. The World Bank also advised that we have a clear defined hierarchy, a clearly defined job role for everyone who joined, and demarcated accountability lines. Instead, our managing director built a team that was completely flat, was cross-functional, with fluid job roles. He promoted ideas, opinions, suggestions on every project. Everyone could work on everything. We resembled a new age startup rather than a government department. Why? Lesson number 3. It's the small intangibles that make a workplace better. Whether you're managing a team, whether you're working in a team, you have to learn to trust your peers, your colleagues, your managers, your clients, your stakeholders. You have to understand their perspective. You have to respect their motivations, their passions. You must promote individual growth for collective long-term returns. Our leader was visionary enough to build a team that was young, motivated, but wanted to build a new India. We faltered many times. We didn't understand government systems fully. We didn't understand in-depth policy structures of various sectors. We didn't understand the many micro and macro factors that went into building such a large-scale project in a country. But we learned. We taught ourselves. We trusted each other, and we worked exceptionally well in cross-functional teams. And the gamble paid off. In 4 short years, this young team, which has grown from 20 people to 200 people now, has become the world's most awarded investment promotion agencies. We received several global recognitions, including the UN award, the UNCTAD award. We are the only government-funded agency to be certified as a great place to work, not once, twice in a row. And we are not only managing foreign investments, we're also managing Startup India. We are contributing to the Prime Minister's Science, Technology, and Innovation Advisory Council. We're managing the Cabinet Secretariat's Project Monitoring Group. We're managing the India Investment Grid. We're building out investment promotion agencies for our state government. We have become who we are because we had someone who trusted in his team. Your wheel of growth cannot move without being pinned to a vision, a passion, a belief. Whether you want to be the next CEO of Alphabet Inc., whether you want to be the founder of the next unicorn, or whether you want to contribute to building a new India, you must work towards making your vision a reality. And to achieve this vision, it's the small details, the small messages, and the small intangibles that matter the most. Your perfectionism, your need to exceed expectations, over-delivering, trusting your passion, trusting your peers. It's these small cogs that will move your big wheel. All I want to say before I leave the stage is go achieve your vision, because you know you can. Thank you so much for your time.